how are the preparations going?
Everything is good, yeah. Everything on track. We are going to host the Arab Cup end of November.
Right.
It's a FIFA Arab Cup for the first time that will take place. This is like a small pilot for the World Cup. So, since the evacuation operation started, we were discussing this agreement in order to govern this operation. But given the nature of the operation and the sense of urgency we had at that time after the fall of Kabul, we moved on, and this is just to formalize the relationship and the responsibilities of each country in this agreement, where Qatar serves as a hub for transiting those evacuees, whether they were not American citizens, but mainly SIVs who are going to migrate to third countries. It's very important for us to do the proper vetting and security process in order to ensure that we don't end up with the wrong people in our countries. So that's why it became like a prerequisite to have documents that prove the people who are traveling. And I believe this is a basic requirement not only for us as State of Qatar, but also for the hosting country ultimately. When we are watching the situation in Afghanistan and the evolution of that situation since the formation of Taliban government, there were a lot of concerns which have been raised by us, by other countries as well, including the United States. Those concerns are mainly related to human rights issues, to non-discrimination issues against women or against single ethnicity, encouraging for more inclusive government. And also there are some concerns on the terrorism threat as well. Demands or expectations for Taliban are important, yes, but also we need to understand how far are we willing to go for the Taliban demands. For example, they have demands for recognition, for unfreezing assets, and we don't want to end up in a situation where the international community is divided on these matters. So we need to create as much as possible a consensus among the key countries. Our worry is that if there are no serious steps taken from now and making sure that address those issues, address especially the economic issue, that might lead us to a war situation, and this might be in a form of refugees crisis, in a form of social unrest internally, which can escalate over the time. And this is what we are trying to avoid. We don't want to just wait and watch the situation evolving inside Afghanistan, and then we don't address it unless the problem reaches to our countries. I think it's better to address the issue while it's there and try to find a solution as soon as possible. The US is very much engaged in that front, and they understand the consequences of ignoring the situation in Afghanistan. And honestly, in our meeting today, it was a very constructive discussion with Secretary Blinken about that issue, and I'm looking forward for our joint working groups to continue talking about that issue and trying to develop this concept further.